A major kitchen makeover without the major spend.
Stay with me, it's going to get better.
Throwing tips for blooming good roses.
And now is the perfect time to give them some love.
Is it a coffee table or a dining table?
Genius! Yeah, that's 2 for the price of 1.
So I get asked this question a lot. How do I update possibly the most important room of the house without a major renovation? Need another box? Thank you. Thanks, Charlie. Yep, I'm talking about the kitchen. It all starts with good design, a little bit of reconfiguration and making the most of what you've already got. Okay, let's get this kitchen into shape, shall we?
How are you getting on, guys?
Paul, Renata and their 2 kids, Elodie and Charlie, are like most busy families.
Can you pick me up from dance tonight, Dad?
I can, yes.
And their kitchen gets a pretty good workout each day. Essentially, it's a good space, but after 30 years of service, it really is time for an update. So, Paul, tell me, I hear you're the cook of the house?
I am, yeah. I love this kitchen, but it's showing its age now, and there are a few problems. Just the way that it's been designed, I think this unit is just in the way. And the oven, we do a lot of cooking in the home, so we've had to improvise on getting the oven up to temperature. The door doesn't close.
Oh, sauce bottle, very important, I can see.
Absolutely.
And what about the hot plates? Are they working?
They work, but they take forever to get hot.
Okay. But things that I love in here, you've got a great pantry. It's nice and big.
Yep.
Floorboards are beautiful. So essentially it's all here. I think it just needs to be kind of, you know, just adapted. Cosmetic changes and maybe something with the appliances. So you guys, you've done a great job. Thank you. You've helped me so much. I can do the rest. Head off for the day. Go do your thing.
Thank you.
And I'll make the magic happen. Okay.
Straight down.
Straight down.
There we go. No, don't just leave me here. I know this looks super drastic and like we're ripping everything out, but in actual fact, there is a method to our madness. This is known as selectively editing. What we're doing is we're taking out everything that's broken that we don't need and basically keeping the bones of the kitchen so we can build up from there. So all in all, it looks worse than what it is. Stay with me, it's gonna get better. Amazes me the enormous difference little things can actually make. This was the bulkhead above the cabinets and it really closed in the space. So by taking it away, it just feels double the size. The true beauty of this kitchen renovation is, of course, that we haven't had to rip everything out and start again, which is going to save us time and money. Money we can splurge on things like fancy bench tops and brand new appliances. Now, in terms of style, this is quite a calm palette, and I know that that's something that Paul and Renata and the kids absolutely love. So we're kind of going for that Scandinavian vibe, which is lots of natural timbers and plants and just a really light, fresh palette. Fabulous. There are some jobs that you tackle yourself, of course, but there are others that, you know, maybe you can actually outsource. This kitchen has some really funny angles. It's got this quirky angle here and also over here. So do-it-yourself benchtop options can be a little tricky when you're joining surfaces. The beauty of this resin is once it's actually together, they'll meld the 2 pieces and you really won't even see where the join lines are. So instead of replacing this with cabinets, I want to go for an open shelving kind of system so that they don't lose any storage. But first things first, I need to get the boys to make me look good and fix this hole in the wall and also get these tiles on the wall. We're going to go from one side right across to the other, which will carry your eye through. The coloured grout you choose can make an enormous difference. You can see this soft grey just gently defines the shape. White would have been even softer. I really like this grey. So good. In many kitchen designs, the range hood is actually kind of the centre of the room. The whole thing is planned around that. But in this case, because we want to go for that Scandi minimalist kind of look, we virtually want the range hood to disappear. So what we've got is one of those integrated ones where basically the housing is hidden by this box, which the boys have made up for me out of MDF. And once it's painted, it'll virtually disappear into the wall. It gives us that really clean line, integrated look we're after. And for that new gap above the oven, well, I'm putting that to use with a simple wine rack I made. Fits like a glove. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Such a great use of wasted space, don't you think? Now, what I want to do is show you one little clever trick here. It's a bit of a design detail. What's behind the tape? More of this beautiful timber. And so by having a shelf on either side here of the range hood, it gives you the illusion of one continuous line. It's uninterrupted. It takes away the bulk here. It also gives us extra storage and adds that beautiful natural element to the kitchen. Really warms things up and stops it looking so clinical. Now, just need to install our range hood. And perfect to plan, it's a nice, neat fit. Even the front of the island is getting a little makeover. So that's where V-board comes into its own. It's one of my favourite materials. It just adds such a nice line and texture to an otherwise plain wall. And how's this for a simple idea? Grab yourself an extra thick piece of dowel to tie in with the rest of the kitchen and these handrail brackets. And if you connect them to the wall, you can make yourself a very fancy footrail. A simple update for any kitchen cabinet door is, of course, to introduce brand new handles. Now, we wanted to keep the timber theme going throughout the kitchen just to add that warm element. This is timber moulding. You can buy it off the shelf and just cut it to length yourself. Doesn't it look fantastic? And it really does jazz up these doors beautifully. Now for over the island bench, I'm thinking that the whole area is a little bit white and sterile, so I want to create a real style statement, if you like. So the plan is to build a hanging rack, kind of like what you see in cafes where the plants will cascade down. It's a fairly simple build. Basically, it's just a couple of ladders which are suspended from the ceiling. So first job, start drilling. Next, I'm just gluing and assembling the crossbars. Then it's the same drill with the vertical supports. To connect the whole thing together, what we've done is cut down one long length of 6mm dowel to create these little pegs. Using glue and these means you don't need any screws, gives you a much neater result. And this piece of timber, well, it braces the whole unit and allows it to be fixed to the ceiling. So we've painted it white, that way you'll hardly know it's there. How cool is this? I'm so happy with it. Now for little shelves, what we've done is we've got some Meranti or maple and some half-round dowels, and they simply sit on the top. You can see they slide along. Perfect little perches for pot plants. Renata, Paul and the kids were desperate for a kitchen update, but is this what they had in mind?
Oh, wow. My goodness.
Welcome.
Wow.
Wow. Is that good, wow?
It's like amazing. It's perfect. It's exactly me.
It's really calm in here, don't you think? Doesn't it feel relaxed?
So open as well.
Yeah.
And the hanging plants, I love the hanging plants.
It just reminds me of one of those really fancy cafes, and just having that greenery just softens the whole space.
Yeah, it really brings the outdoors in.
I mean, in essence, the bones of the kitchen were fantastic.
Yep.
We had such good area to work with. Just a few quick changes, things like the bench tops, and I think the timber just warms it. That's what feels good. And by having that shelf that goes all the way along, it just gives you all of these beautiful options for display. So now you've got your oven down below, microwave up the top, and if you need that extra oven, it also adapts to that as well.
Oh,
so it's kind of all in one. This one is extra clever because it's got this really precise flame height. So you can adjust it so it goes way down, like super low. So see how low that is, and if you want to, you can have it go really high. So it's very reactive to what you're cooking. I love the fact that we've kind of repurposed what you already had.
I can still see the old kitchen, but in a very different way. It's wonderful.
Absolutely, absolutely. So high five, Charlie. Did we do good?
Yeah.
Yay!
Fantastic.
Enjoy.
Thank you so much.
so
We're
much.
going to have so many happy times in this kitchen.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Now, I'm replacing this copper log tree to pine retaining wall with hardwood so we can turn this area into a veggie garden for a young bloke named Lockie. Now, he's a cricket nut and Nathan Lyon's going to be his reward, but this is going to be his little bit of hard work. I'm replacing the tree to pine because A, it's dipped in arsenic and you don't want that to leach into the soil and into your food, and B, it wasn't done properly. So I put the first and the last post in so I can run a string line and get it all on the one plane. Now, I put the water in first when I'm using Reposet for a couple of reasons. It's a lot easier to get the mix going through the water than the water going through the mix, and it suppresses a bit of dust, so it's a little bit healthier. Hey, that sounds like young Lachlan. Hello,
How are
mate.
you, Jason? Good, thanks.
How you going?
Good, thanks.
You ready to help?
Yeah.
All right, why don't you
Definitely.
get out of your uniform, come out and we can make some mess.
Yeah,
Now, do you
no.
normally have a snack when you get home?
Oh, yeah?
What about we double up and, you share it with me?
Yeah, no worries.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, you've done well. You know the old mic drop?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I do it with the hose. So that's for me. What are you having?
Oh, I don't know.
Come on, we'll share it. I'll look after you and tell you all about landscaping.
Sure.
Now, I'm starting with a bottom sleeper, but I've got a finished height here that I have to marry into. So rather than, again, using a tape measure 100 times, just got a little off-cutter sleeper. I sit it on top, move this up and down until it's flush, and have a look at that. It's as smooth as a baby's bottom. Now, I started with a full, so then on the next course, I start with a half. The boys are bringing in a full, so that means there's a joint directly underneath this one, giving it the strength so it'll never bow out. Hey, mate, is this your girlfriend?
Nah, it's my sister, Jason.
Hi, my sister, how are you?
Good, thank you.
What's your name?
Piper.
Hi, Piper. She's too pretty to be your girlfriend anyway.
Oh, okay.
Now, what I'm doing
Thanks.
here is I'm watering the mint. So the reason why I'm watering is so the mint will come out the easiest and the roots will be full and they've had a drink and they won't go backward. But we've got 3 terracotta pots so we can put half buried into the garden bed, which means it can't escape the next time. All right, Lockie, some hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
Favourite sport?
Cricket.
Favourite player?
Steve Smith and Nathan Lyon.
Oh, a batsman
Two.
and a bowler.
Yeah.
Yeah, who wins backyard cricket out of you two?
Me.
Yeah.
Well, look how busy you guys are.
Hello? Hello. No, you. Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
Jason,
How
how
you
you
going?
going? Nice to meet you, Nathan.
Likewise.
Lockie.
This is
Hey,
Lockie.
mate, how are you?
It's his
Good, thanks.
girlfriend,
Hey,
Piper.
how are you?
It's his sister, but I've just been
There you
teasing
go.
him all day.
Don't worry about that.
Should they get busy, or should we just talk about cricket for the rest of the house?
Talk about cricket for this.
I'm in for that one.
Yeah.
So, mate, you and I, we've released the hounds over there, so to speak. We're going to build a tomato tower, which
Right.
is just 3 tomato stakes into some soil. I'll screw that off, but we'll tie it up with twine so it looks really nice and neat. I know you're a greenkeeper, but have you dabbled in landscaping or have you built gardens?
Yeah, I actually built one at Adelaide Oval that no one knows about, so north entrance.
It's an exclusive.
Yeah. Right, let's go. You carrying any of this?
Yep.
Well done, everyone. That looks fantastic. So have you two learnt some of the plants that you've actually put in?
Yep.
Run me through some.
Lettuce. Curry spice.
Sage.
Sage. Lettuce. Blueberries. Kale.
Strawberry.
Tomatoes.
They're actually doing really well. Jason's like,
Seaside.
Daisy. Mint.
What about the fact that you had a superstar planting?
Oh, thanks,
Sorry,
Jo.
2 superstars planting your garden today. How cool is that?
Yeah.
What an amazing experience. So I think it'd be a bit silly if we didn't actually ask Nathan if he wouldn't mind a game of backyard cricket while he's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go.
Yeah,
Have you ever faced a rowdy bunch such as this before?
No, I'm pretty nervous. It's probably the most nervous I've ever been in a backyard cricket game, so I'm pretty pumped.
Well, you can see that they're all decked out in their Woolworths Cricket Blast Initiative shirts. Now, this is a fantastic initiative by Woolworths to get kids outdoors and active. I mean, you better than anyone knows that cricket is a fabulous way to do that.
Oh, yeah, and cricket's a sport for all, so boys and girls, and to get outside, learn how to catch, throw, bowl, have a bat, have a bit of fun.
Charlie, you're up with the
Charlie,
bat.
you're opening the batting.
That was brilliant.
Good catch.
So with Hodgie at the crease, I think this is a good time for us to say goodbye. We'll see you next week with more Better Homes and Gardens, because this could be good or it could be a disaster. Oh!
Yes.
Roses would have to be the most popular flower in the world, and they have been for centuries. And when you look around and see this, it's easy to see why. You know, and now is the perfect time to give them some love and attention. Now, if you've never grown roses before, let's see if we can find one that'll suit your place perfectly. I love coming to this place because you can virtually see all the different types of roses that you can choose from. For example, if you want a hedge and you want flowers, then you couldn't beat the flower carpet rose. And now you've got all these different colours. There's apricot, there's yellow, and the original red one is just over there. But maybe you like to grow a rose because it's got a single beautiful flower that you can cut and put into a vase. Or maybe you want a whole bunch of flowers in one cut. They're called floribundas. Or maybe it's to grow over an arbour, an arch or a pergola. Look, all of those different varieties of roses you can choose from. But let's find the gardener who looks after all these roses. He's somewhere here. Champion, how are you?
G'day, Graham. How are you?
I'm well. Adam, yourself?
Oh, very good. Always good.
These are looking fantastic.
Oh, thank you. It's been a good start to the season, definitely.
It has been, hasn't it? You know, they're sort of liking the drier conditions.
They enjoy the heat. I keep them well watered.
Yeah.
You know, we have the pond water to keep them irrigated.
So, Adam, what are the essential tasks for getting a beautiful rose?
It's important to keep them well watered, well fed. Deadheading throughout the flowering season is very important to continue the flushes of flowers. Monitoring and managing pest and disease,
Right.
weed suppression.
And I notice you've got a whole heap of secateurs in there, so obviously pruning's important.
Yeah, pruning's important. Keeping tools very clean as well.
Any favourites?
I'd have to say the Merry Maker's just behind us here.
Look at the flower.
Yeah, it's a beautiful flush, isn't it?
It's an amazing... In fact, you can barely see a leaf because
No,
of
that's right.
the quantity of flowers.
Love the beautiful apricot colours. They're sort of lower maintenance than some of my others. They're very user-friendly,
Right.
I'd say.
And it seems to have low disease, no disease problems?
No, almost none. Pest and disease, they're very resistant.
Isn't that good? So that's Merrymaker. That's one to put on your list to start with. I might catch up with you later.
OK, thanks for coming by.
Good on you, mate.
Cheers.
Thanks, Adam. Now, as Adam said, a little bit of pruning now, especially deadheading, which is basically removing the flowers that are finished or that are burnt off like those fellows. Another one here. What it does, of course, it puts the energy into more buds and more flowers. It's also a good time to remove dieback, which are those black stems, cut below where the black stem is and put it straight in the bin. Adam has very generously allowed me to come into his rose garden to do a bit of weeding. Now, given that this beautiful rose garden was established here in Centennial Park back in 1908, I'm just one of a long queue of weeders that have come into this little garden rose patch here. And we remove the weeds because they're a thief of nutrients, water and space. So they take up all the things that the roses need. So get rid of those weeds and get them before they seed. And for aphids, I like to use a pyrethrum spray. But always remember, spray early in the morning or late in the afternoon. Okay, they're the best 3 jobs done, but there is one more, even more important one to do. Now, my final essential tip, without any doubt, is we've got to mulch, not only for roses, but for every garden in Australia at the moment, with this incredible drought, is mulch. Now, there's lots of mulches around, but this one is really quite special. It's called who-flung dung. It's a great name. It's chicken manure from a chicken coop mixed in with the straw that's on the floor and then composted. Now, it's composted for 3, 4, 5 months. So it's not like a fertiliser, it's actually a mulch that benefits the soil. Like all good mulches, who-flung dung actually retains the moisture, stops the sun and the wind from drying the soil out. When you water them, it keeps all that moisture in the soil, stops the evaporation, which is great. The other thing with a lot of mulches, as they break down, like the timber and the woody ones that are grey in colour, they actually draw nitrogen out of the soil, depriving the plant of an essential nutrient. And now, these roses have had an absolute fantastic start to the next flush. Why not plant a beautiful rose from a container into a beautiful ornamental pot? Just give it a bit of a tap. Look at those roots, aren't they beautiful? They are ready to go straight into that container. Don't disturb them too much because they've only just grown since winter. And then fill it up with really good quality potting mix. Great, there you go, nice little trio of pots. But our rose is the real feature. I hope I've given you some tips on how to look after your roses this weekend and maybe grow a beautiful rose in a pot. Whatever, just enjoy gardening this weekend.
How cute's this place? But let's be honest, it's a little bit on the small side. But that's just the way it is these days, especially if you live in a unit. But if you're short on space, you just need your furniture to be smarter, like a coffee table that turns into a dining table. Genius! Now that's 2 for the price of 1. To make these tables, I'm just using 2 of these pine slabs. The first thing I need to do is cut the dining table top to size, and that's going to be 800 wide and around 1500 long. So I want the 2 sides to fold up. To do that, I'm going to be making 2 45-degree cuts on both sides. And you'll see, when I lift it up, it goes from a dining table, then it will fold to a coffee table. So this will be the bottom of my coffee table, and I'm just going to be adding a strip of timber so it bulks it up. With the other pine slab, I've just ripped up some lengths and I'm using these to cut out the dining table legs. I'll do my angled cut first and then I'll shape them up. That's my leg shape, but now I need to join them together to make one set. So I'm going to be doing a rebate in each leg and running the timber across. Beautiful. It was like it was meant to be. Now I need to join this top together. For that, I'm going to be using 4 hinges, 2 on each side. I'm then going to screw it down and I'll use a Stanley knife to trace around it. And then I'll use a chisel to check it out. With the checkouts done, I can install the hinges and start getting this table together. That's the hinges done. Now I can attach the legs for the dining table. And that's our coffee table and dining table assembled. Now let's look how it works. We fold it in, that's the coffee table, and the legs for the dining table actually act as braces for the sides. So if I flip it up, you can see that it's as solid as a rock. And for the dining table, fold the ends out. This is exciting. And then we bring this end up. And that's a table fit for a king. Finish it off, I'm just applying a clear polyurethane. And once that's dry, I just need to find this table a new home. Now, before you might have thought this was a tiny living space, but now it looks just the right size with this clever bit of furniture that transforms to suit your living needs. Is it a coffee table or is it a dining table? It's a diffie. That's what my producer wanted me to call it. I think that's just a bit weird.
Genius, you're just jealous you didn't think of it.
When you're making a frame for a picture or a mirror, one of the hardest things is making sure that it stays straight and square while the glue sets. So here's a tip, you can borrow it from the tradies. Just grab a ratchet strap, the kind that they use to hold down the loads on the back of a truck. Wind it all the way around the perimeter of the frame and then hook it up at the end. Then use the little clasp to tighten it off. At this stage, it's a good idea to double check with a tape measure. Just go on the diagonals. Both of the measurements should be exactly the same. Yep, all good. So now just let it sit and dry. And when the strap comes off, perfectly square frame.
Earlier this year, I travelled south of Sydney to Symbio Wildlife Park, where I got to bond with some gorgeous red pandas. They're really gentle, aren't they? Yeah.
Very gentle.
Yeah. And some very cheeky meerkats. Whoa, I was waking up to look at me trousers! Oh! It's always great to get up close and personal with exotic animals. And on top of that, I'm learning all about the clan structure of lemurs and marmosets. And the antics of these babies, well, there's something you've just got to see. You're going to get on my shoulder. You're going to get up here to help you want to have a feed. Come on, get up here quickly.
He will, if you pop your arm out a little bit like this. Yeah, and move forward to me, because otherwise he'll try and just drag you. There you go.
There you go.
So that's Kasiji.
Kasiji.
So he's our dominant boy. So he's actually...
You're the dominant male.
Yeah.
You give people kisses too, I can see that.
So he's a year younger than his brother. So Kanto is just behind. They're actually born on exactly the same day, a year later, which is pretty...
Exactly right.
Exactly the same day, a year later.
Goodness gracious me, manners, please.
He's a pig, little piglet.
Goodness me. OK, so there's 2 boys in here. How well do they get on?
They get along pretty well. They will cuddle together and they'll play together, but there is a very strong hierarchy. Kasiji is the dominant over his brother Kanto.
You can pick the difference.
Definitely, their personalities are completely different.
So talk to me about these, because this is a really good idea, isn't it? You know?
So this is an enrichment item. So this has a bit of rolled oats, some banana, some grapes, all mashed up inside it, so it's delicious. And we'll hang that up various places around the exhibit. And it just induces foraging behaviour, so they have to pop their little hands in there and try and scoop it out like they would out in the wild, trying to get, you know, things out of trees or, you know, those sorts of things. So it keeps them occupied, entertains them, and makes them work for their food a little bit more than just, you know, giving it.
You got it.
Yeah.
Because in the wild, I've never been through a jungle anywhere where I've seen, you know, a stainless steel dish like this with a spoon with a ready-made mix in the bottom. I think this is a great thing, you know, and look how you've made that. You've just made that out of some water pipe. Plastic PVC water pipe. And, you know, this is a problem that I encounter all the time with our domestic animals too, you know?
Yep.
People just put it out and go, there you go. You know, there you go. I love you, have something to eat.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of, if you give something like this, you know, and you go to work and they've got to really work to find the food, it keeps them occupied for a long period of time. Those canine teeth quite prominent, aren't they? Really hang out the side of the mouth.
Like little vampire teeth.
And the feet, you know, it's almost like we've got a rubber glove.
Yeah, it reminds me of little frog feet. It's kind of like really grippy. So when they're climbing the trees, it helps them to grip onto the trees really well. They're incredible jumpers. Like they'll leap from and bound from tree to tree, and it just helps them to grab onto it and suction. So they've got incredible grip.
And there are no nails.
No. You look up and there's like the tiniest little, you know, remnants of it, but no nails. Yeah.
Now this tail is a big important thing, isn't it? Right?
Yes. As you can see, the way his tail is up in the air, this helps them to be able to spot each other when they're walking in their little groups throughout the trees. They'll put that tail nice and high so they can see exactly where they are at all times.
Which again is a bit of a cat recognition factor too, because you know, a cat walks into the room, throws their tail up in the air like that, and it's a look at me, I'm here, you know.
Yeah.
How are these in the wild? I mean, are they endangered or what's the story?
Yes, they definitely are. A lot of our lemurs are endangered out in Madagascar, and this is mainly due to habitat destruction. This is the only place in the world that they're found, and there's known to be around 2,000 of them left in the wild.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Once we get down to that sort of number, there's a big problem in preserving these animals because of things like inbreeding and what have you, and loss of virility because of that. It's a tragic situation.
It is.
Simply because of loss of habitat.
Yeah, our red pandas as well, little monkeys. Generally, habitat loss is, you know, one of the main causes. Well, we have 9 common marmosets at the moment. We're doing quite well with our breeding, and we do have 2 new little babies that you'll probably see up there.
I see them up there with Dad, yeah.
Yeah, so they're about 6 weeks old now. The juveniles now are getting quite defensive or protective of the little ones, and, you know, they do love their food as well. So when you go in there, they're all over you, so they can get a little bit intense. Yeah. So for safety purposes, we're just going to stay out here for now.
Tell me how this whole social structure works. So they've had 2, is that the normal amount? So a set of twins like that?
Yep. So little monkeys will generally give birth to twins. They can have singletons and, in a rare occasion, have triplets. Well, mum will obviously feed the young. Dad is the main caretaker when they're really young. Dad tends to carry them most of the time, but the entire family will help out. Marmosets, you'll often find them in, you know, groups of about 9 to 13, so they tend to stay together. You'll find the common marmosets all around Brazil. They're from the Atlantic rainforest.
So their food is mainly what?
They love insects, then they love their fruit and veg, but they also they love their tree sap.
Now these little guys are hyperactive, you know. I look at their faces, their face doesn't seem to change very much, you know. It's just trying to watch them, you know, it's like a ping pong match, isn't it?
Yep.
You know, they're so rapid in their movements.
Yeah, surprisingly for such a little animal, a lot of attitude, and you can definitely tell exactly what they're thinking.
I guess the thing for me, and the big attraction about looking at any sort of primate, is that you can see a relative. A distant relative in that face somewhere, you know, reminds me of my...
Very human-like,
long-gone grandmother or something like that, you know. Well, they're a fascinating little creature, aren't they?
Yeah.